why I allow my students to curse in class or swear in class. And the answer is, yeah, you've got to let them. So I found this article so exciting because I personally also think you should allow language learners to use some other words in class, but it was not for the reason I initially thought, which was, oh, teach them what these words mean. This teacher, her viewpoint was, let's examine why these words are insulting, okay? So why does this word mean this, and why does this word mean that? And a lot of it was rooted in gender. So at the beginning of the professor's lecture, she asks her students to list out known bad words. And they were reticent at first because who wants to use bad language in front of their teacher? But as the list grew and grew and grew, a lot of the words were female oriented, like the B word, for example, a negative connotation for a woman. Like the P word, for example, the one that we sometimes call a cat, that one is gendered, for example. I'm really trying my best here, Professor Pitek. I am not trying to use these words, okay? Anyway, the mother effer, also gendered. And as a student in the article pointed out, he was like, I've never heard of a father effer. So as the teacher is building out this list, there becomes pretty much a clear trend here that using words to describe women are viewed as an insult. And you can even take it back and take out of the swearing, you throw like a girl. First of all, I'm a Division I college volleyball player. That should be a compliment if anyone says that you throw like me. But we'll come back to that. Interesting, the word a-hole was clocked as a neutral, while the D word was clearly in the male category. So a couple of words did get parceled out, but what they were examining is, why is it being compared to a woman? Why is that such an insult? And interestingly, it doesn't matter who the word is aimed at per se. It really like what counts is where it's coming from. So you could, because there was a debate on if mother effer was masculine or feminine, but they wound up ruling out that it was not masculine because it was trying to insult the person that they would screw a mother. I'm trying so hard here, you guys. Okay, so this one was interesting. The term F-boy, that, because it was gendered as female, they have to add the word boy at the end to refer to a male, so that makes the whole insult female. And basically, women can't be sexual beings, they must be deviants. So if you call them the S word or the WH word, that's clearly feminine, but to attach it to a man, it would have to be man or F-boy. This is a really fun topic. And then it examines homophobic slang, which basically delegitimizes masculinity and attributes feminine traits to people who are or identify as homosexual. So that again brings gender back into things. And so the takeaway is, yes, language is always changing, but there is some constant through traffic that femininity is constantly perceived as insulting and degrading, as evidenced by these lists. I encourage you guys to read this article because there's a lot of nuance. I tried to hit on the main points. But the focus is to just pay attention to how language affects culture, because it does color the lens that you're viewing other people. So I enjoyed this article. I think the exercise is great, and I certainly think if you have older and mature students, this would be a great exercise to examine what makes an insult insulting. And with that, I really tried.